Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Alright.
Hey guys, welcome to Friends in a Bed. I'm Scott.
I'm Dalton!
Yeah! Said that quick, just in case, right?
I was ready.
You're ready for it. So before we start into episode 4,
Paranoia.
we're watching we're talking about Paranoia Agent, the great show created by
Satoshi Kon.
yes, because you will remember that name and I will not.
So I suppose we should be saying Kon Satoshi.
Kon
Whatever.
Satoshi if you want to be Japanese about it.
Yeah.
Or is it English about it?
If you want to be Japanese about it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Does not matter. We realized in the last episode we have yet to talk about the opening credits of the show, which are really cool. The song's great, which you mentioned that the music in Paranoia Agent is awesome, which I very much agree with.
Yeah.
But the opening is interesting.
Right. The song is a very sort of like happy, almost triumphant sounding kinda.
Yeah, like it's got horns in it. Like it's got
a big like choir in the background.
yes, and it's Japanese, but like it's just like how do I describe it? I don't want to sing right now. But yeah, fuck it. Like it's interesting.
But it's a very like happy feeling
Yeah,
song.
which makes the visuals even weirder. Because the visuals of it are all the characters in the show. Just like at different points, we'll get like just one on the screen or maybe two, and they're all doing the same thing, which is just standing still and laughing, and they're like just ha ha ha.
They look like they're having a good time.
Yeah, they're just all standing, just creepily laughing at the camera, and what's going on behind them is destruction.
That's what makes it interesting. There's various scenes. There's
Nuclear.
floods.
Yeah, floods, fires,
It's like a garbage like field, I want to say.
yeah. There's like a wastelands.
Yeah. There's nuclear explosion in the background.
And then I think let's see.
And then there's some like normal places too, like they're just standing in
Sometimes.
an intersection or something.
Yeah, but like it's chaos because everything is moving really fast and stuff.
It's places where
and they're just standing still laughing.
you wouldn't want to be standing still laughing.
And I think the last place of it, which is another thing we didn't talk about yet, is this character, this old man in this tuxedo, standing on a moon, on the moon. With the earth behind him, and he's of course laughing like everybody else, and like behind him, like you can see on the earth, like explosions happening, just all these little nuclear blasts and stuff.
It's one of those images that won't get out of your head.
Nah, it's pretty cool looking. It's really cool, and it's definitely Paranoia Agent.
Yeah.
Like if the first episode doesn't get you like set a tone for the show, really you just need to watch the first 30 seconds of that theme song. Just like, okay, so this is what this show is. And what does that mean? No idea. So again, we didn't talk about the old man. The old man's important. He's an important character, but we don't really know why he's important yet. By this point, but we should talk about him.
He's in a sort of hospital because I guess he got hit by.
He got hit by Frogface.
Yeah, he actually got hit by Frogface's driving. Apparently.
And
that's the reason why Frogface wanted to write a story so bad, because he needed money to pay the bills. But this old man's just kind of...
He's senile.
Yeah, he's senile.
He doesn't say anything. He just kind of like has this, like almost a strokish kind of look on his face. I think the first time we see him, he's like in a parking lot, and he's just like scribbling nonsense with chalk on the pavement.
Right, and you see him drawing a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's a common thing that he does.
He draws, but in the episodes, it will focus on like what he was drawing later on, and it will reveal some sort of connection to other events happening in the episode.
Is that spoilers?
No.
Oh no, you're right.
No,
there'll be something. There'll be something that he did that has something to do with the episode.
Right.
Like as if he can see it before it happens.
For example, in the first episode, Tsukiko was attacked, and her hospital room was something like 501, and then it's revealed later that he had written that number as the answer to some bizarre equation, as if he had known.
He knew something was going to happen, and that was the answer to it. Also, like, even if, like, you, like, disregard all that stuff, you don't really notice it, with animes and I guess a lot of TV shows, like, next time on Dragon Ball Z, or, like, next time on Paranoia Agent, he's the one that is talking. He's the character that starts explaining the next episode, in weird ways.
If you could say it that way.
Like, right, but, like, that alone, like, kind of makes him important for reasons we don't really know yet.
It's basically just images of what happens next time while he says all this weird...
babble.
Indirect babble.
Indirect babble that's almost poetic in a psycho, crazy kind of way. But, like, just because of that, like, we gotta... I feel like they put that in so we pay attention to him more. Because he's important. Kind of, I think. He confuses me. A lot of these characters confuse me in this show. And as we go on, it'll be more revealed, I guess. But from the first 3 episodes, this old man just we just see him drawing stuff, and we see him in the opening credits, and we see him after describing the next episode. If you can describe, if you call that describing.
So we'll get back to him later when he becomes.
More of a thing.
Yes.
Which will happen.
Right.
So, episode 4!
This one is all about a corrupt police officer.
Right. It's called A Man's Path.
Yes, this is another really good episode.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. It's not my favorite. But it is a good episode. It's a pretty great episode. I remember this one for sure.
Crap. That's... Okay, so...
Oh, you're thinking of the later one.
No. The way the last episode ended, we didn't mention something.
What do we... Oh, well...
They had caught Little Slugger.
No, that was this episode.
That was this episode?
That's this
episode.
No,
but it ends on... There's like, oh, they caught him. With him on the TV, right? And then it turns off, and then it starts over at the beginning in this one.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah. At the hospital, right?
Yes.
At the hospital on the TV, there was an interview with a police officer that's basically saying, we caught Little Slugger.
Yeah, this off-duty police officer caught Little Slugger.
And this episode starts before that. So
right, it jumps back in time a little. And
so you could say actually the events of episode 3 and 4 coincide.
Right. That's true. So yeah, this guy, he gives off this image to others of him being a hard-working sort of family man. He's really working hard.
He's a low-level police officer. He doesn't get paid a lot of money, but he's been saving up
to buy this house.
To buy his dream home for him and his family.
Right. And you see him watching it be built with great anticipation.
Right. Throughout this whole episode, you see him looking at this house, and more and more of it's being built. Been built.
Right.
But then we find out who he really is. Of course, he's a police officer, right?
Right.
But there's a little bit more to him. He's a crooked cop.
He's taking bribes from the mob.
Yep, he's taking bribes from the Yakuza.
Or whoever they are, just some bad group.
Bad people.
Yeah.
And giving them information about the police force and other stuff.
In exchange for money, women, probably other favors.
But I think the main two are just the money and the women.
Right.
Which, right at the beginning, we see him talking with one of the mob leaders, and he's pushing for a little bit of extra money just because, hey, he's getting this house, he needs a little extra for him and his family. He's very cocky about it too.
Right.
He has no problem pushing the envelope a little bit.
And this was the guy from the previous episode who was with Maria.
Yes.
Who,
Yes, who wanted to have her call him daddy.
and you see that again in this episode. You must call me daddy.
Yeah, because he sleeps with other prostitutes. It's like, no, dad. Like, it's a real thing for him. Like, it's not just like call me daddy. It's he grabs the lady and just like call me daddy. Just do it very intensely, really creepily. The guy's odd, very weird character.
But so what happens though is that an even more higher up member of this,
Really, the boss
yeah,
of the gang.
probably the top of this gang,
He's the,
comes and talks to him and is like, hey, one of our members is getting married soon, and we want present from everyone to give to him. So we need, I forget how much it is, like 2 million yen.
Yep, we need 2 million yen from you.
Yeah. He's like, I don't have that, because he obviously was using it all for his house and his vices. So how does he get it? Well,
He starts robbing people.
he starts robbing people by wearing this really silly pink mask
Yeah, he wears a jumpsuit and a pink mask.
as a disguise.
And it works. I mean, he wasn't able to get the whole 2 million by the 2 day limit.
But since he got,
But he had like a million. He had 1 million yen.
he got enough for the guy to give him a little bit more time, for the gang leader.
But he still owed him 2 million yen.
It keeps increasing.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't seem to pay off all his debts to this gang.
Then it's revealed that the boss wants altogether 5 million yen from him, because that's the money that he took from the leader he was kind of giving information
That was
to.
like the extra bit he got out.
Yeah.
Now, all the while he's doing these robberies, you can see it's really sort of wearing down on him because he's being threatened by the gang leader. He's still watching his house being built, sort of in anticipation.
He has to go through the stress of robbing people, even though that's not something he really wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's just, I'm sure, just incredibly stressful such a thing to do. It's revealed that actually the boss leader that gave him the 5 million yen was killed. They killed him because shouldn't have done that. So
And,
what happens?
And while he's doing these robberies and is under this stress, it's kind of this weird under theme of the episode is this like
the manga.
This manga.
Right, because again the episode's called A Man's Path, and so there's a lot of bits.
There's supposed to be like this new manga that's come out called A Man's Path, or it's a manga that's being turned into a movie. It only exists in the universe of this show.
Right, it's not real, but
yeah. but it's like it's so many.
It's one of those typical heroic Japanese manga anime things where there's one big tough dude,
one tough guy who can fight dozens of
like a macho kind of guy.
He's a macho guy. He's trying to save some girl from the clutches of evil.
Mm-hmm. And he can beat up like 20 guys at once, and he's really powerful, and he's really stoic.
He just saying all these one-liners like, your mothers gave you your life, you should treat it better.
Perfect.
Right, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that was fantastic.
So the scenes where he's robbing the people are interlaced with all these...
With these manga shots. And it's not animated. It's actually like pages from a manga. Like we zoom in on like, what is it called? Panels. We zoom in on the panels and stuff. And
there's voice actors
doing the overs and stuff. It's really fun. And what do you think that means, though?
It's
because it doesn't match. Like maybe it's kind of like what he's thinking, and it's not like what a man has to do to save his family.
Well, he thinks that he's doing this for all his work. It's really not like anything heroic he's doing.
Nothing heroic about what he's doing.
He's doing very bad things, but perhaps in his mind he's trying to justify it as this is a man's path. This is the fight I have to take. It's hard on me, but I have to do this.
I must do this for the sake of others and stuff. But really, it's because of his selfishness and idiocy that got him into this situation. Now he's committing more crimes to pay for it, and Yeah. Well.
Where he's talking with the detective.
Yes. So there's a scene kind of towards the end where he's where he's robbing all these people and stuff, and he actually meets with the detective, the old detective.
All the while, I think he has this bag that he said was his daughter's, but in actuality, it had a bunch of money he just stole.
Mm-hmm. It was some other lady's purse or something like that.
He stole a lot of money, and it's with him while he's talking to the detective, so he's kind of nervous.
Yeah, he's very, very nervous.
He's friends with the detective.
Yeah, he's friends with the detectives and stuff. Well, they're all police officers, but he's playing it off really well. He's really good at hiding stuff. He's very sneaky like that. But I thought what was interesting about their whole interaction, they actually went to an izakaya. They went to a bar, got some food, some drinks. The old detective just seems down because there's all this crime with the little slugger, and now that there's this new robber on the scene, he just doesn't get it anymore. He a quote from him is what is it? No motive has become a motive in the crime world nowadays, which he doesn't understand. Because before, how the conversation went was crime used to be done for, like, I would have to commit this crime to have money for my family, or to protect my pride, or protect my country,
Now that I think about it, I don't know if you've seen the movie No Country for Old Men.
I have.
But it reminds me kind of how, like, the older cop is, like, he just feels out of touch with the crimes being committed by the
no, that's the thing. That's Tommy Lee Jones' part.
Right. It's the same sort of thing, where he no longer gets
why people do crime.
The way the world works. He's out of touch.
And I thought that was a really interesting thing to talk about. I thought it was a really fun quote, so I wrote that down. I just wanted to bring it up. Yeah, so basically this episode, it's interesting. Like, the episode's all about, like, working, basically, it's like working with the mafia, you're gonna get you're gonna get bit in the ass. Just don't do it, kind of thing. But it ends on a good note.
Yeah, because if it was gonna be the path that the other episodes were taking, he would have been stressed out by all this mafia work.
Which he totally was. He was freaking the heck out.
He is freaking out at the end. And it builds up to where you think, oh, Little Slugger's gonna get him.
And Little Slugger does come.
And he gets attacked, but then he's just like, ouch.
Yeah, he doesn't get knocked out. He's like, he just gets smacked upside the head, and he gets really, really pissed, and actually catches up to Little Slugger. And then it's the TV interview, where he's being interviewed for catching the assaulter.
We're back at the big end of the last episode.
So it ends on a happy note, actually, just surprisingly, which is interesting, but it'll come back. Little Slugger was caught.
You know.
What? He was a little kid with a baseball bat and all that stuff. That's crazy, right?
Where can the show go from here?
Well, that would be the next episode, episode 5, The Holy Warrior.
Ooh.
So, what do you think about this episode?
Once I said it last time, 2, 3, and 4 are like my favorite stretch episodes. Another good one. I don't think I can say I like either one of these ones more than the other. They're all just really
not
good.
What's your favorite, but it's like overall the episode is just good.
Another good episode.
Very, very fun.
Solid developing the characters.
The animators, the writer, the director, everybody definitely got their chops. Like, it's all very good, well written, well thought out. It's not even halfway done yet. This series is just awesome. So, until next time, see ya. Episode 5, baby, The Holy Warrior.